Thomas, congratulations. Was that the performance you were looking for? Disciplined, fighting?
We accepted what was needed. It was a tough fight, honestly. I mean, maybe on the television, not so nice to watch, but at the sideline was a very intense game, very fast game, and first half without a lot of interception in the beginning of the first half. So was a tough fight, very hard to play against them and to escape the pressure. They are a very aggressive team, Porto, and they attack in a very fluent and aggressive way. They show up they change positions all the time. They come from behind, they overlap, they underlap. You have to adapt to many movements, but with every minute after a tough start, with every minute we did it better and better. I think we defended very, very well. We deserved absolutely a clean sheet. We had the better chances, not a lot, better chances, better half chances. We could not finish it off with a goal or 2 goals, so we had to hang in there, and the guys did that. And so overall we are deserved to beat Porto. And it was a tough 180 minutes.
It was an unselfish defensive performance, but was it the game plan to kill it as a contest, or did it just happen that way?
Well, I said before, we had a plan defensively. We had also a plan offensively, but we said before, normally the Porto is a team who can make other teams underperform. That happened to City. It happened to in the group stage. It happened against Juve. And so you need to accept it, that things are very, very hard because they are an emotional, aggressive team and full of confidence. But part of performance is also to not let the others perform, and we did this as well again today. And was a tough team performance defensively, and until the last lucky shot in the last minute, we did not concede any big chances. And unfortunately, it was not like we missed some counter-attacks and some first touches in the offensive in the last third to maybe create a little bit more, but as in the context, we are a very young team, very young offensive line, and the wing-backs are very, very young. So in the last game we had 2 guys who scored their first goal in Champions League. If you look at the other teams who scores there, this is a different story. So you have to accept that the circumstances and the opponent don't make it easy to maybe show the brightest performance to watch on the television, but at the sideline it was a pleasure to watch the fight and to be at the sideline and to fight with them, and we deserve to go through.
And with all of those things involved, the young players, etc., was it absolutely important to approach this game mentally in the right way? Did your players do it as you wanted?
Yeah, it was. You can always feel it when the pressure is on. But we said, guys, we are used to it, and you can trust in yourself. We are used to it. We have played Man United, Liverpool, Everton, Atletico in 2 weeks. All of these matches every 3 days. So this is a clear advantage for us. We did not talk about the result in the first game. We talked about what we needed to do. The best thing if you feel a bit nervous is hard work, and use your body and make yourself sweat and breathe hard, so you forget that you're nervous, and this is what we did. And we tried to give them confidence and to show them clearly what they should do as a team. And then if it's nice for them, I think, because they know they can rely on each other, and this is the most important thing. Nobody needed to do it alone today. So, like I said, was a tough fight for both matches, and we overcome a strong side, and semi-finals is a big achievement.
And PSG got through tonight as well. Will you sit down tomorrow night and watch Real Madrid against Liverpool, and would you prefer to avoid Liverpool in an all-English clash?
I don't wish for nothing, but in general I like it in Champions League not to play against teams from your own league, because it gives a bit more the feeling of a European competition. But that's the only thing. Whoever deserves it. I think the game is far from over, but I will watch it for sure. And it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to watch it as semi-finalist. It's like I said, a great achievement, and tomorrow we will watch these games. I think that there's nothing decided yet, and everything is possible. Liverpool is very strong at home, and let's see what the Premier League is strong. So we take what we get. It's a good situation for us.
Absolutely. Well done. Thank you, Thomas.
Yes, they are. They're in the last 4. They're the statistics of the game. 8 shots each side. I can't remember all those, but the only stat that really matters, of course, is that Chelsea went through by 2-1 on aggregate, and over the 2 legs, they were the superior side.
They were the superior side, yes. I think they were the most they've done a professional job. Listen, these games sometimes can become tricky if you don't approach them in the right manner. If you're not mentally in tune with these type of games at this level, you will be punished. We saw the finish there at the end from Taremi.
Would have been very tricky if they'd scored that about 10 minutes earlier.
And there is quality on the pitch. So if you're not professionally ready and concentrated on what's in hand, you can get caught out. But you have to give it to this team today. And in the first leg, they were in tune with it, and they put in a very workmanlike at times, but professional performance.
Did it satisfy you, that?
Yeah, of course. Any time you're getting into a Champions League semi-final, it's been 7 years since the club's got there. So it's a massive achievement for Thomas Tuchel and the boys. It was Rio's right. It was business-like. There was nothing. The only slight criticism of the manager, I think, maybe after 55 minutes, 60 minutes, when I felt Porto were just dipping. I think if Chelsea would have stepped on the gear, made a few subs, they could have put the game to bed and got a goal, but they didn't do that. Defended very. Rudiger was excellent tonight. And N'Golo Kante in the midfield held it together. And I think it was just a professional performance, and it's a semi-final to look forward to.
The game was won in the first leg.
Yeah, it certainly was, yeah. And they deserved it. They played well in the first leg, particularly in that second half. But tonight they went with experience at the back. Those 3 centre-backs weren't going to do anything silly. They weren't going to get forward. They weren't going to leave themselves exposed. They were really experienced, those guys. Let the rest go and play. And if you get a goal, like you're saying, Joe, that's a big bonus. Just make sure nothing happens at the other end. Unfortunately for Chelsea, it happened right at the death, and they, Porto were they lacked ambition. They lacked that sort of intent to say, it's a cup game now. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. When Chelsea didn't really have that much space to counter them. They had the odd couple of chances, but I don't know where those eight opportunities on target come from, because I didn't see them.
Oh, there was one at the end.
For them, for Porto?
How good was that?
Oh. It was a bit Ronaldo-esque from a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Or it was last year.
Very much so, yeah.
For Juventus, the overhead kick. Yeah. But the ball in, speculative ball, but the way he just lines that up, I think it comes off his shin pad, to be fair, for him. I don't take anything out of it, but it's a ridiculous effort.
Yeah,
the cheek of it.
It was going to take something outstanding, because Glenn's right, the back 3 were excellent tonight, but going back to goal, it's inviting. That's inviting, and he's got it. I don't care if it's come off his shin. It's flown into the top binzels, and it was a stunning finish.
That's come off the Robson goal, that.
Are you sticking with the shin pad there, Rio? Are you sticking?
During the game, didn't they? They got a lot of crosses in, and Chelsea dealt with every cross, in that 6-yard box, and they went back and defended that, but he's pulled it back. And that's where he's got the bicycle kick.
That's the worst one to defend for a defender.
Yeah.
When they cut it back. If that comes straight across the goal where Rudiger's waiting for a ball, but they've cut it back, you've got to check. Go back the other direction, it's almost impossible. And when someone does that...
and you talk about ambition, Glenn, as well. Look at them, they have 4 bodies in the box. That's probably the first time in the game they got that much bodies forward, because I just like they went out of a whimper, really. They had a little go, but really and truly, I think when the dust settles, Conceição will be kicking himself for not letting them off the leash, at least at half-time. He threatened to make 3 substitutions at one point. They
played like it was like, we're just happy to be here. It was enough just to get here.
They didn't really believe it.
Yeah, there was no real belief in genuine belief, really.
OK, well,